So this is the current system she's gaming on. Just a simple old Dell computer. Rocking a Xeon W3503 Dell motherboard. 550 Ti. What is that, Asus? Yeah. And then a couple of 250 gig hard drives in RAID 0. Since this is a server grade CPU and motherboard. And just a simple old cheap Dell power supply. So yeah. These are the headphones and mic. And that's the monitor. Definitely going to need to upgrade those last two components, but for now, let's get rid of this crap. Alright. Got the screwdriver. It's her birthday in a couple weeks. Time to surprise her.
Yes. What is that for?
You're going to help me build you a new computer.
What?
You're going to help me build you a new computer right now.
Right now?
Yeah.
What?
I got the parts for a new computer.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Come here.
No way.
So you know how you were talking and I was sitting right there? You're talking about a new computer?
Yeah.
You didn't even see those boxes right there
Oh.
that have
I wasn't paying
a computer case on the side. That's clearly not mine.
Okay, I wasn't paying attention. Wait, actually?
Yeah.
What about a monitor?
I saw one downstairs. I don't know if you saw the extra one down there.
Oh.
And then, if not, I always have a second monitor you can use until then.
Oh my gosh.
It's the birthday, girl.
Thank you.
Oh, and speaking of the thing, Alex paid $151 of it.
Really?
Specifically $151. So you better say thank you.
Oh my gosh, why did y'all do that?
Because we're tired of hearing you whine about your
Okay,
frames.
I don't whine, but...
And it's your birthday coming up.
Oh. I didn't break it. Oh my gosh. Thank you.
Alright. Alright, so you guys saw the crappy current setup. So I'm pretty sure she's got to get rid of. So let's start looking at the parts we got. So first off, we got the factory design Meshify C, all black. Alex has this current case and he loves the thing. Practically insisted on us getting it, so you got that case. For motherboard, we have the MSI B450 Gaming Pro Carbon Max Wi-Fi with Mystic lighting. So we have that. For CPU, we have the AMD Ryzen 5 1600 AF, 6 cores, 12 threads, literally triple the number of cores and 6 times as many threads as she currently has. For storage, we have this ADATA 480 gig SSD, not hard drive.
Come on, use those big muscles.
It's just tape.
What even is it?
For RAM, we have the G-Skill Aegis DDR4 3000 speed, 16 gigs, which is a little more than what she currently has, which is 12 gigs, but it's going to be a lot faster. And it's low profile in case you want to add on an extra cooler at some point for maximum performance. For power supply, we have the EVGA 500BG or BQ, 80 plus bronze 500 watt power supply, semi-modular. There was a 650 watt non-modular version that was about the same price, but it had mustard ketchup cables. This has all black cables, and the other power supply was not modular, whereas this was semi-modular, so it's a little bit more. It looks a little nicer. I'll say that. Saving the best for last. The graphics card. We went with the Asus Phoenix 1650 Super Overclock Edition. So not the best, but currently based on the specs, about 4 to 5 times faster than our current GPU, which is the 550 Ti from Asus. And that's the parts list. Oh, almost forgot.
Oh my gosh, you got the blue one.
We got the
Yay!
TE Sports
Is it like
Commander blue RGB gaming combo keyboard and mouse by Thermaltake. Something she picked out months back when we were doing theoretical builds for her, and she found this and liked it, so I got that too.
Is it like yours? Like the...
It says it's not mechanical, but it's the one you picked out. So.
Okay.
So she's obviously never built a computer before. I've had 1.5 builds under my belt. So building this together, keep the screwdriver.
Okay.
That's why I gave you the screwdriver.
Okay.
All right. So what do you think you start with?
Should we take the case out so put the stuff in? Or does it not work like that?
You could. It'd be easier if you start with something else.
You start with this
Which is?
motherboard?
Yes.
Okay.
There we go. So we have Wi-Fi antennas, I/O shield, and 2 SATA cables. Usually you get a little sticker, outside sticker.
That looks cool.
So we have black PCB. So there's a socket. That's where the CPU goes. This is where certain coolers go. This is where the M.2 SSD would go if you have one. You don't have one. I have one. Get wrecked. These are called PCI Express slots. So this is why I'm talking about the size of the board. Whereas this is considered normal size. You have usually 2 of these slots, which are 16x, which is where graphics cards go. These smaller ones are for like an extra, extra stuff like game capture cards if you're recording gameplay for like an Xbox or something. An extra Wi-Fi card. You put more extra USBs if you want it. These are the RAM slots. This is motherboard power. This is CPU power. That's a lot of CPU power, by the way. This is the chipset. That's not as important. Always down here are your headings for like lights or case, fans.
How many frames am I going to get with all this? Compared to mine, which only got up to like 90 something.
Well, see, remember that's the thing I told you. Frames are mostly dependent on your GPU and CPU to an extent. These two combined make your frames. Because this makes your frames, but this has to give it instructions to make frames. So if this is slow, this is waiting for this. If this is slow, this is sending it, but it's having to wait for it. That's why your current system, your GPU is not being, it's waiting on your CPU because you don't have very powerful CPU. But according to what I looked up, just what I looked up, this graphics card is going to let you play Overwatch on max settings for about 70 something, 80 something frames. On max settings, 1080p. And this is beginner graphics card, remember?
Is that good?
Yeah, for a beginner graphics card. And so, CPU time. So this was the CPU to get, like a couple months ago. This is the CPU I always have in mind for your build because it is very cheap for what you're getting. And it is AMD, not Intel like in there. So you're getting more cores than you would with Intel, but not quite as many frames. But it's a much better value. Anyway, so there's a CPU.
Nice one there.
Yes. You're gonna put it in.
Okay, sure.
So you have this little arm right here. It goes out. Pushes out. It goes up. Okay. So you see a little triangle here? It matches with this little triangle right here. So it's sitting there like that. That's just a sticker. And obviously be very careful because these pins in the back, if you break just one, you're not going to use it.
So be very careful.
Yes. You gonna put it in?
I'm gonna break it.
So like I said, just literally just pick it up, put it there, because you got the arrows lined up, and just slide, it just sits in there.
I do not trust myself on this.
There you go. Don't force it, just drop. See, you're good. Just give it a little wiggle, make sure it's in, doesn't come out. Arm goes down and over, CPU's in.
That was scary. Thought I was gonna break something.
And so the Ryzen 5 1600 AF comes with a Wraith, what is this? I believe this is the Wraith Stealth, yes. So low profile, so this is thermal compound. This is what actually sandwiches the cooler with the CPU to help transfer heat away from it. Alright, cooler's on. Why do you take the power supply out?
I was just looking.
Alright, so like I said, I'm going to plug this in. So this is 4-pin. Doesn't really matter for you. Okay, now what do you think?
That.
No.
That.
No.
There's nothing else. Oh. That.
Yes. RAM. So you have 4 slots here. You only have 2 DIMMs. These are called DIMMs.
How come I need 4?
For one. In case you didn't hear, guys, she asked why did she get 4? For one, if you get 4 now and you want more RAM, you have to upgrade all 4. Whereas getting 2 now, if you want to upgrade more, you just add 2 more in. And on the smaller motherboard, you only get 2 slots instead of 4. So you'd have to upgrade the entire kit if you wanted more storage,
But there's 4
more RAM.
right there.
Yeah, so that's why a standard size is better than the smaller ones. You gotta push it. You're not gonna break it.
I can't. If I break something, I'm.
See,
Okay.
let me do another one. Sure it's lined up.
This one? No. This one?
I'm getting the slot correctly.
I'm trying.
Yeah, that's right. Just push.
I'm scared.
You're not gonna break it.
Oh gosh, that's.
Is that me? Yeah, that's me.
I didn't bring my phone with me.
Alright,
Can't.
you got 1 second. Almost. Now we can put it in the case. Because everything else requires it to be in the case, pretty much.
You're gonna dump it upside down?
Touch it?
Touch it?
Yeah, touch it. Oh, I didn't shock you. It's supposed to shock you. Ew,
It's gonna hit me. Dang. This looks nice.
Yep. So we got a mesh front panel, magnetic dust filter top, with a glass side panel.
I'm gonna drop it. It's gonna shatter.
Don't peel it.
Why?
She tried to peel it.
Why?
It's the last thing you do.
Oh. Okay.
It's crazy. So it's a bit smaller than I thought, honestly. But it works. So it just goes up here, and it should pop right in. Now I can put the motherboard in. Make sure everything's out of the way. Send officer in. You gonna put it in, or you want me?
Nope, you go on the 10. I don't trust myself.
Like I said, it's actually safe to pick it up by this and have it screwed in. Remember, you don't want to touch any of this actual board piece. Definitely don't want to touch any of these pins. There we go. Now we can put the GPU in. So, again, we have the 650 Super.
What about this?
It goes in the back.
Oh, what about this?
In the back as well.
Okay. Sorry. It's just, ow. It's just tape. Just rip it off. Sir.
Ma'am,
Sir.
I will cut you. Yeah, how's that working out for you?
I don't have any nails.
No fingernail having, little girl.
How's that working out for you?
Oh, use scissors, use a knife like a man.
Okay. Don't cut it into the thing.
Cut on your thing.
I swear.
I got it. She did nothing. Okay.
Okay.
650 Super from Asus.
Does it have lights?
This one does not have lights.
This one might be a little big too.
It's just new. This out. That you'll have to put on a GPU box.
Do you not need it anymore?
Not while the graphics card is in, because you have to have. So you know the back is open for to plug in the cables for the extra for the video output.
Okay.
Maybe the screws. Screw it back in. Put it in?
Nope.
Really?
I'm scared. I'm gonna break something.
Just slot it in. See this little thing right here. We'll open it. Just make sure it goes in.
Is it in? Yeah, go ahead.
There we go.
You're gonna break something.
Fix it in.
Ooh, stop.
Just flex it a little bit.
Stop scratching up my case.
Let's scratch the tape more than the case. Alright, now we can flip it over. The SSD in, power supply in, hook everything up, and then should be good.
How many times do I have to clean it?
Depends on how dirty it gets. Another thing, don't put this on the floor. Alright. Pass, no, where did you have it? Well. Okay, yeah. So there's usually some spots to put an SSD. So this is where your hard drives would go. And you can put 1, 2, 3 SSDs up here. So you can screw that in. Wait. I see what this says. Okay, that's pretty neat. So this screw is actually... So this screw is to hold on this SSD mount. So now I can put the SSDs on this. Alright. SSD is on. So like I said, this is the EVGA 500 BQ 500 watt semi-modular power supply. So it's semi-modular, meaning you only have some cords already plugged in. You only need certain plugs. You don't review that in your video?
No, almost not.
Typically you have this, okay, so this big one is the motherboard. And this one, they're usually labeled. Typically they're labeled. But I'm assuming this is, yeah, this is a CPU. This is for CPU because it fits the 2 4s. See that? The motherboard has a 20 and a 4 to make 24. So that's the bare minimum you need is motherboard and CPU power. So you have extra cables. So this is, let's say, the power. So the weird L shape in the SSD. This should be VGA is a graphics card. So you see here now the CPU has 2 4s, whereas GPU has a 6 and a 2. I'm taking it back.
No.
So we need this for GPU because it needs external power. So now the fun part.
Which is?
Cable management and routing.
You have fun with that. I want to see my keyboard. So bad.
Yes, bro.
I like the accessories. Oh my goodness. Look at this. Don't look at this.
Yeah, it's actually wired now. Now that I cleaned up the area because Harley refused to do it while she was leaving trash everywhere.
Excuse you. It smells really weird.
Professional reviewer, guys. It smells weird.
I like it though. I can't wait to see it glow. Oh.
You can also get LED strips for your case too, like you have for your room. Because there's actual RGB headers on the motherboard.
Oh my gosh, I'm about to get some LED lights for it.
And you can get, like me, get the LED fans too, RGB fans to add more airflow and make color.
Can I add fans in here too? Like what's it doing?
Yeah.
Where?
You can have an extra one here, here, 2 up here. You can change these.
You want to help me install those too?
If you get them, yeah.
Yeah, I'll pay for them because you know you and Alex.
You're gonna pay for them, but you don't know how much fans are, especially RGB ones. But you don't want to have just a cable going like that.
Why?
It looks bad.
I mean, this is tinted. This is.
Still, when it glows, it's gonna glow out, and you can see it. It just looks nicer around it.
But where are you gonna route it to?
That's what I'm thinking about. So usually, probably something like going back behind it, like this. I'm probably gonna route this back behind the motherboard, come back around and plug in this fan header. It's usually there's an extra one on top by the CPU one, but I don't see one. This one says fan. This is for a pump, a water pump. It's a water cool, which don't plug into that because it could go constantly fast, which you don't want.
There's a water cooler.
You can water cool a PC.
Electricity and water don't go together.
No, like.
Oh, those are flaps.
Yeah.
Wow, I didn't know that.
No, like instead of having a fan here, it's just a metal block, and it's like a tube of water touching the block, like when you touch like a cold cup of water to take it away. It's the same concept. And you just pump it through and through. You pump through the side fans that take the air out of the water, or that take the heat out of the water. So we got. Let's SSD, that's GPU. We're going to get the CPU one next.
What? What'd you do? What'd you do?
Hope it works.
Why?
This is only 2 floors and this has 3 floors.
Colin,
It should still work. I mean, it should still work.
what if it doesn't work?
Get a new power supply. That's a big oof I didn't recognize. It should work, Harley.
It should. That's not it. Will work.
So VGA. The most annoying part is this, because there's so many little ones.
What are those go to?
So power light, reset switch, hard drive LED. This looks like a fan header. Oh yeah, the other fan header for this fan down here, which you can plug into this system fan here. So all the front panel stuff is down here. Sometimes they're labeled, sometimes they're not. They're not labeled. But also going back to manual, it should tell you the layout. And then for the SSD, these are very, very sensitive, like ports. As I yank it out,
Colin.
it's fine. I try to make it like this, make it flat. But like wiggling it what's in there, don't do that. It's supposed to get you more comfortable with the PC so you're not afraid of taking it apart.
Yeah. Yeah, well, it's not really helping.
You put in most of it.
You're recording?
Now I have SATA, data. Okay, here we go. That's it up.
Time to this. Last thing.
Also bad juju, don't put the cover back on until we know it's working and on.
Oh,
She almost broke it.
scary.
So we'll cut it here, guys. That was the build. What'd you think?
It looks nice. I'm excited.
Did you have fun building it?
Yeah, definitely.
Well, you screwed into a couple of screws.
I watched you do most of it. Next time I get a different computer, I'll help you.
Yeah. It's gonna be great. Let's go.
Yep.
Alright, so real quick, I wanted to add in this last little part at the end, just kind of showing the parts list, telling you guys exactly what I paid for each part, and kind of a little bit about the performance of the system so far. So right here, we got the AMD Ryzen 5 1600 AF 12 nanometer version, for $105 from Amazon, which is correct. That's how much I paid for it. And again, this is all prior to tax, shipping, and all that stuff. MSI B450 Gaming Pro Carbon Max Wi-Fi motherboard is $160. That's how much I paid for it on Newegg. But if you click it, if you look at this motherboard and you find it, you see it's only available through Amazon. And at the time, when I was building it, if you click this in PC Part Picker, nothing would come up. You couldn't find it on Amazon or Newegg. I ended up going to Newegg to just look at motherboards in general, and I found this motherboard. And as you can see, it's still not available on Newegg, even as let out of stock. But for $160 for a full ATX motherboard with a little bit of RGB on the side, Wi-Fi, AM4 socket, it's a good deal because a lot of the motherboards I found were out of stock. So you either pay the $70 for the cheap, dirt cheap, basic, almost no frill feature motherboard, or you had to pay close to $200 for someone that was reselling it, or a company that was selling it new but marked the price a little bit because of supply and demand. But luckily I found this board for $160, which is not too much more than what I would have paid for it anyway. We have the G-Skill Aegis 16 gig to 8 gig DIMMs, DDR4 3000 speed, cache latency 16. I ended up paying $59 for it, so a little more than what it is going for now. For storage, we have the ADATA SU635 480 gig SSD. $50 is correct. That's how much I paid for it on Amazon. For the graphics card, the Asus GeForce GTX 1650 Super with 4 gigs of VRAM. Says 165 here. I ended up paying 165, so that price is correct for what I paid for it. The case, Factory Design Meshify C, says 89 here. I ended up paying 89 or $90 technically. Power supply is the big one. With all the power supply prices changing with quantity and tariffs and all that. The EVGA BQ 500 watt 80 plus bronze semi-modular supply here says it's $93. I ended up paying only $65 for it. So, really good deal. And the keyboard and mouse combo here by Thermaltake was $33. It says it's $33 now, and I paid about $37, so not too bad. You see the subtotal here is about $765. So all these parts, for the prices I told you I paid for it, plus all the taxes and shipping, ended up being exactly $800 in total. So for a basic to mid-range build like this, considering all the stuff with shipping and that's going on with delays, which by the way these parts weren't delayed too much. They were supposed to all arrive on the same day because I ordered them all in the same day, but about half the parts ended up being postponed by like 2 days. But overall I ordered the parts and they got here within a week, which was pretty good. So like I said, considering all that, $800 for this build I think is very reasonable. Definitely could have thrown a hard drive in here, a terabyte or two, for another $40-50 to get more space overall. But right now she's currently using maybe 100 gigs, and that's with the Windows installation and a couple of games that she's played so far. So speaking of that, I built this computer with gaming in mind, of course, basic gaming. So she plays Overwatch, and I wanted to get her to Apex Legends. So I knew that they're kind of older games at this point, but still benefit from fast refresh rates and good graphics. So with this setup, she's getting 60 to 70 frames consistently on both games on the max settings. So we got the ultra preset for Overwatch and all high settings on Apex. She's able to run 60 to 70 frames consistently. That's more than likely a hardware lock because her monitor is only 1080p at 60 Hz. So even if she were to go above 60 or 70, she probably couldn't actually see it. In fact, it doesn't even give her the option to go above 60 Hz in the Overwatch resolution menu. So, but she's perfectly fine with that, considering she was getting 30, 40, 50 frames in Overwatch on low settings on the other system and couldn't even launch Apex to begin with. Very satisfying. And if you're curious, I ended up running Cinebench R20 on her machine, and she ended up getting a 2435 total. So compared to mine got about 3500, 3800. So, 6 cores first, second gen compared to 8 cores second gen. You're not bad. I think it scales fairly well. So again, I just wanted to add that last little bit at the end kind of telling you guys, what I paid for it and how it all breaks down, and some of the performance of the current system. So, yeah, thanks for watching.